Okay, we're going to talk about significant figures now, and we're going to learn how to count them and to round them. First, significant figures is basically when you have a measurement, it's all the digits you can read plus one that's estimated. And also, it depends on the accuracy of the instrument that you're using. There's some rules for significant figures. There are three up here on the screen now. And the first one is the fact that there is leading zeros. Leading zeros are not significant. It is zeros that are in the front. This number has 3 sig figs. The zero is not significant because it is leading. If I have this number, 0.0069, these zeros are not significant. They are leading zeros. You only have 2 sig figs in this number, which is the 6 and the 9. Captive zeros are zeros that are between two non-zero digits. The 4 and the 1 are capturing that zero. That makes this zero significant. That's why there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sig figs in this number. If I had 101, there would be 3 sig figs in this number. Even if I had a number look like this, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sig figs. All of these zeros would be significant because they are captured between the 1 and the 3. And then finally, trailing zeros. Trailing zeros are significant if a decimal point is present. This zero is significant because there's a decimal point right there. That 114.20 makes that zero significant. If I would have had 1140, I would have only had 3 sig figs, 1, 2, 3. The zero would not have been significant because it is a trailing zero. Now if I'd done this and put a decimal point behind it, I would have had 4 sig figs. This zero would have been significant because the decimal point made it significant. If I had something like this, let's try a few. 102.010. Okay, how many sig figs would be in this number? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There'd be 6 sig figs there. Because this zero is significant, it's between those two non-zero digits. This zero is significant, it's between those two non-zero digits. This zero is significant because it is a trailing zero and a decimal point is present. What about this number? How many sig figs would be there? 1, 2, 3, 4. These two zeros are not significant. They are leading zeros. No significance. This zero is significant because it is trailing and there's a decimal point present. So there are 4 sig figs in this answer. What if I have 101.00? All 5 of these digits are significant. This zero is significant because it's between these two non-zero numbers, and these two zeros are significant because a decimal is present and they are trailing zeros. Let's give a few of these a try and let's see. How many sig figs are in the following? Well, how many sig figs are in this number here? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not significant. There are only 4 sig figs. This is not significant because it is a trailing zero and there's no decimal point. B has 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. This zero is significant. It is trailing, but a decimal point is present. If you have 67, it would be 2 sig figs. If you look at Einstein's chalkboard, you'll see all these only have 3 sig figs. 255, 25.5, 2.55, 0.255, and 0.0255. These zeros are not significant because they are leading zeros. Now let's round some of these sig figs. If I have a number such as this, 78.924, Let's say I want to reduce it to 3 sig figs. What I first do is I underline my 3 sig figs, the 7, the 8, and the 9. Then I look one more and say, will this 2 affect that 9? If it's 5 and greater, it will round it up. But since it's a 2, it's not going to round it up. So my answer is going to be 78.9, 3 sig figs. I want to round this number down to 1 sig fig. Here's my 1 sig fig. These are not significant. Do not count them. So here's my 1 sig fig. Will that 2 affect that 1? Absolutely not. So my answer is 0.001. 2 sig figs. 1, 2. That 0 is significant. It's between those two non-zero digits. But will that 4 affect that 0? Absolutely not. So I have 1 0 and then 4 zeros after it to take the place of these 4 digits. But wait a minute. I only have 1 sig fig here. I need 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this 1.0 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. That means I just have 5 zeros. Okay? But here are my 2 sig figs. 1.0. That 0 is significant. It's trailing, but there's a decimal point present. Okay? This is the way you would get around this big number here. And finally, this number, 1, 2, 3, 4. Will that 5 affect that 3? Yes, it will. So my answer is 9144. I hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next video.